Come here, sir. Sir, come with me, please. Sorry, 11:32.
Clearly, the man who is the center of attention is in distress.
Come with me, sir. Let go of the pole. Let go of the pole.
He is intoxicated.
On the bumper, please.
I'm Red Bull.
Sit down. Sir, do you have ID on you?
In an effort to ensure he is properly attended to and ensure the safety of the police is maintained, 5 officers are dispatched to just one call. Collectively, they spend more than 5 hours of their time, deploy 3 police vehicles, and the subject of their attention will spend the night, if not more, in jail.
And the officers have no choice but to arrest those people, and ultimately they go to jail, and it becomes a revolving door. They go into the jail system, and they wind up coming right back out, and the officers keep dealing with the same people over and over and over again. And that's what we found is not the solution.
Colleen and Patricia have all lived that in and out of jail, in and out of hospital, revolving door life so many times they've lost track.
I have a record longer than my body.
Oh God, at least 10 to 20 times, and sometimes for 3 days, sometimes for 2 weeks, sometimes I was in there for 2 months.
It's an in and out cycle that is costing taxpayers millions of dollars. Hospitals, the courts, social services, homeless shelters, drug and alcohol treatment centers, psychiatrists all pay an inordinate amount of attention on a small group of people. In Calgary, 18 people can account for as many as 1,000 fire, police, and ambulance calls a year. It's just one of the reasons that the city pulled everyone together and said we have to come up with a 10-year plan to end homelessness.
The Pathways to Housing program, which is a Housing First program that started in the United States about 16 years ago. We looked at that program and felt that that was a really solid program, so it was decided by the committee that this was the first project that they would launch out of the 10-year plan.
But deciding to do it and actually getting it done are 2 different things. To succeed, you need the political will, funding, and an agency that is willing to implement a transformative approach. The Alberta government believed in the project, and working with the Calgary Homeless Foundation was able to provide the startup funding required in order to partner with the Alex.
What Pathways contributed here in Calgary is they went first, they proved the concept, they delivered what they said they were going to deliver, had 85% success rate, proved we could do it cheaper than the status quo, and that made all the difference in the world. That opened the door for the rest of these Housing First programs.
And it opened the door to a new life for Colleen. For the better part of her 53 years, Colleen has lived a life on the run. From one devastating encounter to another that included drugs, alcohol, sickness, and interactions with the police, and spending time in jail. Pathways gave her a new start, one she freely admits she could not achieve on her own.
I've never had a place of my own in my whole life, ever. I wasn't doing anything right, and I had no confidence in myself. I had no faith in myself, you know.
Through Pathways, Colleen now has a place she can call her own. Since moving into her home, her self-confidence has soared.
You need someone willing to house people with a horrible rental track record, and you can't house them all in one location. In Calgary, Boardwalk Properties signed on.
We decided to try it for a couple of reasons. One, we knew that there was a real issue with chronically homeless people not being able to find housing. And we have been actively involved in looking for a solution. When it was presented to us that the solution might be right under our noses, it's just a matter of providing housing when the proper supports are in place, we thought, well, let's try it. Let's try it on a limited basis. Let's try 50 units.
Patricia was one of the first 50 people in the program to finally get off the street. Within days, her apartment became her home, one she says she will do anything to keep.
It'll be 2 years for me on December 27th.
In that time, Patricia has not gone to jail, and only once has she called for emergency medical help.
Contrast that to the 2 previous years. Patricia was in and out of hospital and was a known regular to emergency medical services.
Well, they did say this is not a taxi service, Patricia.
EMS Calgary was one of the first to get on side with the Pathways to Housing program, and for good reason. Of the 18 people that accounted for the 1,000 calls, the numbers are down dramatically.
The actual transports of these clients to the hospital was reduced 68%.
That's a huge drop in the number of calls.
The cost of the system was enormous, and from a statistical point of view, let alone a human point of view, the statistical point of view that was presented showed that it would be a great cost benefit to Alberta Justice as well as to the Calgary Police Service if we could entertain and begin to work together collaboratively with the police and with Pathways.
Pathways to Housing is successfully working with 120 clients, and that number will grow as our ability to serve more people in distress increases. In harmony with the Faculty of Social Work at the University of Calgary, healthcare and social service professionals are learning best practices when providing service to people who are homeless.
I can tell you that certainly the people that I have been directly dealing with, the progress that I have seen with the odd setback, has actually been very rewarding for me as a prosecutor, more than anything I've done in 18 years.
The reason is straightforward. Pathways to Housing is working. It's working for the police, the courts, paramedics, landlords, a range of social agencies, and most importantly, it's working for those who now have a place to call home.
You're getting people off the streets. We're not going to get into that huge crime rate and stuff like that.
Come relatively clean and sober, and you abide by the rules. It doesn't take long before you feel it's safe.
The concept of Pathways to Housing is very exciting. It's one that has allowed Alberta to move forward in how we address and help with the needs of the chronically homeless.
The Pathways program changes lives, provides numerous benefits to the community, and it reduces the cost of caring for and attending to the homeless. The key to success is collaboration. The Calgary model proves that the obstacles are not monumental. If you're considering adopting the Alex Pathways model, we can help. We're just a phone call away.